As I've kind of alluded to, and a lot of people know, I come from a background of addiction. Started taking drugs when I was 15, and there were many a Saturday and Sunday technically, that I would sit at my apartment and watch Time of Grace on the television. Even drunk, I was still saved. Thankfully, I didn't go that way. But I remember watching Pastor Jeske in several different locations. I'd watched him over the years. I was staying in a rooming house, and I can't remember if I'd just gotten out of jail or if I'd just gotten out of rehab, but I knew that I wanted to get back to church. I hadn't been to church for quite some time. So being an early morning person, I did a Google search of church services near me. And it didn't matter the denomination, didn't matter if it was, I didn't care if it was Catholic or Lutheran, it didn't matter. The earliest service near me. And at that time they were doing was it the 8 a.m. service? Yeah. And I was like, okay, that's the one I'm going to go to. It's walking distance, and it's 8 o'clock, I'm going to go. So I walked into my first church service, and I purposely dressed as shoddy as I possibly could. I remember I wore a cutoff t-shirt. I wore jeans that were down to here with the phrase all hanging down. I'm like, if these people are going to accept me, they're going to accept me. And I've never felt so welcomed in a church in my entire life. And then I came in and I grabbed a cup of coffee, came in and took my seat my very first Sunday. And out walks the guy that I used to watch on television when I was drunk in my apartment. I'm like, all right, God, I hear you. And I never stopped coming back. But I was speaking to someone, I'm like, yeah, I'm such a mess. You guys all have it all together. And they actually took the time to take me aside and just be like, man, we haven't got it all together. We're doing the best we can, and we all struggle like everybody does. And for someone that I admired enough to even tell them that I don't feel like I measure up, for them to take the time out of their day to take me aside and be like, look, dude, we're all in the same boat. That meant a lot to me. That was like genuine love. I'm not accustomed to feeling love, Self-love especially. That's based on my drug addiction and my alcoholism. The people are definitely the main reason that I wanted to be a part. It's kind of reminiscent of the parable of the debtors to the king. This one owed him $5 or whatever it was, and this one owed him 500,000, Which one will love him more? And it's the one that owed the most. And I believe I qualify. I'd always been one to say, God doesn't live in a building. I don't need to go to that brick place to worship God. And I wasn't incorrect. However, once I became a part of St. Marcus and really decided I wanted to be a part of St. Marcus, I realized how much, I'm reluctant to say power I feel, but even when we say the Lord's Prayer together, or when we sing a hymn or a song that maybe even stupid old me knows, when we sing it together, it means something. It feels different. And that's important. And I didn't know it was important for a lot of years.